Welcome to the NBA Draft Room 2319. I am your host, Rashad Phillips, and today I'm bringing you the Wing Edition. And you know I got prospects for you. Let's go!
Yeah. For the culture. He predicted Trae Young to the Hawks. All the critics did was laugh about it. Thought it was over when the Mavs got him. Same day in Atlanta, Dallas trade. Future analyst icon introduced you to Zion. 2 years ago, he told you that Ja Morant was a python.
One of my favorite players to watch this season was Jarrett Culver out of Texas Tech. What intrigues me about this kid is his maturity level. I call it my P3. He's purposeful, he's preconceived, and he's premeditated. The more and more that I watched the tape, he reminded me of a certain NBA player. And I would watch the tape again, and he just kept reminding me of this player. I was almost in denial, but I watched the film so much that I finally came to grips with this NBA comparison. Jarrett Culver's NBA comparison is Paul Pierce. Let me give you my 4 points on why I believe Culver reminds me of Paul Pierce. Mid-post scorers, great defenders, premeditated scoring, not great athletes, but they both possess exquisite footwork. I'm not saying he's going to have a Paul Pierce career, but they're the same archetype. Let me show you. Now here's a clip against Michigan. Culver sets a small brush screen and obliterates the closeout defender with a quick jab, one dribble pull-up. Very premeditated. I spoke about his footwork in the post. Watch this against Texas. Kind of an NBA mid-post set cross screen. Watch his precision. Jab, two dribbles, recognizes the triple team, spin opposite, pump fake, get him to jump, and scores. This is an NBA basket. Here's an isolation after a broken play against RJ Barrett. This is why Culver has some Paul Pierce in his game. Watch how he clearly gets to his spot and knocks down the shot. Now watch this clear out against Michigan State in the Final Four. Culver waits for the right moment, recognizes no double teams, premeditates in his mind where he's going with this ball, gets the defender leaning one way, and good night. This kid is a top 5 pick in my book. There's enough there that I believe that he will contribute right away. He doesn't do anything great, but he does everything good, which is why I believe he'll contribute immediately. Texas Tech, you have one. Talk soon. When you talk about toughness, might, dedication, passion, RJ Barrett is your guy. When I watch this kid on tape, I come up with something that I call 2T. Transition in traffic. Roll the tape. This very first play here, RJ turns defense to offense. In that fashion I was talking about. 2T. In transition and traffic, he shows great body control. RJ is what I call a nosedive scorer. He's not going to wiggle around you. He's going to go through you. Look how he absorbs this contact and scores. See, this is what he does well. To the naked eye, this looks like a bad shot, but RJ has mastered nosedive scoring. Watch how he scores in transition and traffic. Half court set here. RJ get a rub screen from Zion and nosedives, attracts the contact, finishes. There's that passion I love about him. The NBA comparison that I have for RJ Barrett is Kelly Oubre, and I'm gonna give you 4 points why I believe that. They're terrific transition scorers. They're nosedive type of scorers. They're not gonna wiggle around you, but they're gonna get to their spot. They have unassuming speed in transition. Those guys can run, and they're top-notch competitors. catch and shooter, he's not quite there yet. Let's look at how this ball comes off his hands. It's a bit quirky. The rotation isn't natural, even though it still goes down. He's not a natural shooter, but over time, I believe he can become a respected one. RJ doesn't have wiggle in this game, but what he does have is leverage. Watch how he gets this defender leaning and then snatches him back. Now that's tough. RJ is a top 5 pick no matter who you ask from top to bottom. His toughness is great, his motor is terrific, and he has that right attitude for the NBA. Now, fit will play a key role in his immediate development, but I look for RJ nosedive Barrett to be electric from day one. Now, this has been one of my favorite prospects since he was in high school. Nasir Little out of North Carolina. This kid is a do-it-all, high efficiency, team first, high intelligent type of player. I believe this kid can contribute right away because of those characteristics I just gave you. I actually gave Nas his own nickname and I've never used it before, but I'm gonna share it with you guys right here on Sports Talk 2319. I call him Nas the Engine Little. Roll the tape. I don't think he gets enough credit on how well he moves without the ball. Look, this is against Wofford. He just floats to the spot and knocks down this shot. He has a pretty stroke and an effortless release. Here against Stanford, Nas never stops moving. He keeps his engine going, and this is a textbook plant and backdoor lob. Nas is an underrated shot getter as well. Against Stanford again, watch how he gets to his spot on the floor with a perfectly timed step back, and the rotation on that ball is flawless. Against UCLA, Nas gets a clear out and nothing fancy but highly effective cross between rhythm dribble to get to his spot and pull up. That's an NBA basket. What I love about Nassir is he's like the Joker in the deck of cards. You can pull him out whenever and he'll give you ultimate production. That's why his NBA comparison to me is like Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics. And here's the 4 reasons why I believe that this is his comparison. They're terrific defenders. They can score without being the focal point. They're great in transition and they have high engines. Back to the tape. Nas has a terrific first step and he generates tons of explosion once he gets in the paint. Here, he just jabs and goes, and once he gets inside, it's curtains. Here against Florida State, he never stops moving. There's that engine again. And all he needs is 2 dribbles to get inside and good night with the finish. This play here is just mean. Nas gets a pin down and only needs 1 dribble to reach his destination and delivers. Defensively, he's great. He can turn it into offense. I love how he doesn't back down from anybody. Here, he squares up with Cam Reddish on the closeout, forces the turnover, and watch that engine. He sprints past a fast point guard and he cleans it up. This is who Nas is. Look how he times this block shot against Pitt. This kid never quits on the play and he returns it to sender. Nas is the type of prospect that can be that 3rd option on a winning team. But what makes him special is that he's high quality and low maintenance. The perfect combination of a high character kid that you'll want in your locker room. Nasir the Engine Little should be your choice. Talk soon.
Yeah. For the culture. He predicted Trae Young to the Hawks. All the critics did was laugh about it. Thought it was over when the Mavs got him. Same day in Atlanta, Dallas trade. Future analyst icon introduced you to Zion. 2 years ago, he told you that Ja Morant was a python. Hidden gems, he warned you about Mike Don. Made Kawhi Leonard do more than laugh with the mic on. 2017 brought up Fletcher McGee. 2019 all-time leader from 3. It was funny when predictions were made. As of today, everything Yoda predicted displayed. Now they curious to see evaluations he made. What teams would trade picks and the players he grade. say?
With the first pick in the
Tune
NBA
in to the draft room. 2319 draft room. 2319 draft room. 2319 shot.
Appreciate that Yoda.